Some of you might remember I threatened to repaint this little master study in the video I made about it last year. At the time, I wasn't sure whether or not it was a commitment I could keep, but since you're watching this now, it looks like past me made a pretty decent call. For those of you peeking into my channel for the first time, I have a little series of art history videos that you can check out if this video has piqued your interest. This particular portrait is of Italian master Elisabetta Sirani, a prodigiously skilled artist who died tragically at the age of 27 from peritonitis. If you want to know more about her history, check out the video I made. So, it has been a little over a year since the first time I painted this. I finished my first attempt on November 4th, 2022, and completed this current painting on December 1st, 2023. I wanted a benchmark for my progress as a self-taught, independently studying painter, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with that progress. So, the first big difference between this painting and the first one I did is I used a grid to sketch out the lines instead of freehanding it, and you can see there's a pretty major improvement here already. The next big difference is my struggle with rendering Sirani's face. Last year, the difficulty was that I just wasn't very good at rendering faces, either in pencil or in paint. This year, it's pretty obvious to me now that Sirani painted herself with a disproportionately long nose, and that threw me off literally everything else. The grid I laid out was pretty invaluable here, and I got a lot closer to my reference this time around than I did last year. The other big struggle I had last year was colors and contrast. I'm excited to report that really wasn't an issue for me while working on this painting. I don't remember the colors I used last year, but I'm pretty sure they were the same yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, and Prussian blue that I used for this painting. There's also black and white, of course, as well as some ultramarine and hooker's green, since there were little spots of those colors dried on my palette from previous paintings. I used a lot less black this time around, and I think more white. My biggest goal was to desaturate the colors I was applying to the paper to avoid the fresh from the tube look my first painting has, as well as to avoid using pure white. I think this shows most clearly in her skin. All of my digital references make Sirani look extremely pale, which she may very well have been, but there's a difference between naturally and artificially pale, and again, this is a huge problem with digital references. Color matching to an image displayed on a screen is never going to be easy, especially since screens are capable of a gamut of colors that simply can't be reproduced with physical media. Maybe the flesh tones I wound up with are too dark when compared to my reference, but since I don't have the means to travel to Moscow to view the original in person at the Pushkin Museum, I'll likely never know for sure. That's about all I've got to say for myself here. I'm going to put on some music now, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the painting progress. I'll check in again at the end when I reveal the comparison. here she is, all finished, and here is her first iteration. Not bad if I do say so myself. Again, using the grid method to transcribe the painting onto my paper helped enormously. I'm glad I picked up that method for later paintings that I did, and I will continue to use it going forward because, I mean, I feel like the results speak for themselves. Thank you so much for joining me to watch this painting process. Again, I have a whole little series of art history master studies that I've done. You can check out the playlist here. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I do new painting process videos once a week, and in the new year, I'm thinking I'm probably going to try to do more commentary videos like this. No promises, but we'll see how this one does. Thanks again for watching, and have a good one.